one.
Could you name your sons and mention your husband? My question's not part of it, if you can. And tell them, name the sons and how you feel that they're lifters carrying on your husband's traditions, and name his name.
And his daughter.
Okay.
Charlie.
Charlie.
Ecclesiastical.
How you feel, mention your mom, your father, and the traditions, and what it means to be in the family. Okay? And mention your brothers.
We're going to turn around.
I can't see you, Anthony. Anthony, I can't see you. You're going to get up there or something like that.
We're only doing this once, so let's get it right.
We want to see you.
Okay, we're ready. I'm going to announce everybody, and then Freddie and Joey will tell you how to do it.
Look at us. Come on.
Ready?
Talk right to me.
We're ready. Okay. Tony, here's my family. This is my mother, Millie. This is our grandchildren, Rocco and little Mikey. So our oldest son, Joey, then Anthony, and Freddie. You got the twins, Mikey and Anthony, and myself, the baby twin, Charlie. Now I'd like maybe Joey and Freddie to tell you what the feast means to them and what it means to be in our family. Joe? This is my father's yard. My father was born here. No, he wasn't actually born in Italy, but he was raised here, and we come back here every year to do the feast.
What was his name?
His name was Rocco, and we named Rocco after him in the Italian tradition. And Freddie could continue.
Ready? What do you look at me?
It's tradition. It's once a year we come here, we meet, it's family, we're all together, and this is our tradition. This is our family tradition. The Giulio, the feast, the whole concept is something that we've lived by.
What does it mean? Who wants to ask me about what does it mean to be a lifter, having your father a lifter, and what does it mean to lift?
Mike, what does that mean? Mike, you'll tell us what that means.
What does it mean? Tradition tells a story. It's following in your father's footsteps. You want to be like him. You want to show everyone that you can do what he did. So he raised a good family. Everybody's growing up. Everybody's successful. And you try to be as successful as him and grow up to be a family just like him.
And we're passing that tradition on to our kids, our two sons.
Rocco, ask me, tell me about what you would love to do someday. What would you love to do? Would you like to be like your grandfather was?
Well, I want to be a lifter.
Good. Why do you want to be a lifter, Rock?
Because my dad was.
And who's your dad? Your dad was a lifter. And why do you want to lift? Could you tell me, boys and girls, what do you want to lift?
Everybody.
Okay. Well, nice on you. How about you?
Little Mikey.
I want to carry the Jill.
You want to carry the Jill? Where do you want to carry it?
Right here.
Right here? Okay, great.
Oh, Dad.
Just want to introduce Freddie's chins. 1, 2, 4 chins and a Chinese food. God bless you.
Thank you.
My brothers and sisters, my dear, strong, glorious, and faithful listeners. What is the meaning of this wonderful Sunday in our lives every year? It's a celebration of what we are as family. My father told me, my grandfather told me, my family is so part of this feast that it's in our family blood. And every one of you that's a lifter will say it's because of your family. No matter how far you move from this neighborhood, why you come back here, why you come back to Brooklyn, but to celebrate your neighborhood, the roots and the traditions of this glorious neighborhood of Williamsburg, focused and centered in on this parish church of Our Lady of Mount Carmel. Lifters, all of you, make that Giulio hit the sky today.
Wearing the same colors in the shirt, and everyone wears the hat.
and the scarf, and you feel special.
Yeah, I can't wait for this time every year. It's like a feeling of a child on Christmas Eve.
It's just like everyone's brothers and sisters today. That's what it feels like when you get on the air for the first time, and every time after that.
This is love and respect for all the Italians that did this before us. This lifting is for them.
The lifters, paranzas in Italian, are the backbone, the salt of the earth of this ancient rite known as the dance of the Giglio.
I've been coming to this feast since I was 7 years old. When I was that high, I couldn't wait until the day I could be a lifter. And now that I'm a couple of years older than I was at that time, I pray every year that I get one more year that I can lift. And every time and every year that we do this, the first lift sends an adrenaline rush through you and a spiritual rush through you that really is undescribable.
Each year, they come to the feast from communities across America to unite and uphold San Polino's gift to humanity. In essence, these 125 men, individuals from all walks of life, are pallbearers of an enduring celebration of tradition and resurrection. It is a sacred annual expression of penance and devotion.
You remember who you are and where you came from, but mostly for the blessing. The more pain you get, the bigger the blessing.
An ancient bond of blood, sacrifice, and faith that spans 1,650 years. Shoulder to shoulder, hand in hand, arm in arm, they dance their spectacular dance of pageantry with a camaraderie, a spiritual, emotional, and passionate bond.
When we lift the Gio on the weight of our shoulders, holds all the promises of our families and our hopes and our dreams. Well, you have 4 crews of 30 men each. The most you can fit is 120 men under there. We rotate. After every lift, a man will come out, or 2 men will come out, be replaced. This way everybody stays fresh, everybody has a good time. Like I said, this is one big party for all of us today.
At times, for the individual lifter, it really feels as if the weight of the world is on their shoulders. When the Giglio dances in a circle or semicircle, the shifting weight of this monumental tower is crushing, bearing down upon their shoulders with unbearable force.
It's the same as now.
He knows how to do that.
It's the same thing. Only he had all his brothers and everybody with him, his nephews. It's the same gang in the same place, the same yard. We had the same thing, the food and everything.
And how was it lifting in those days? What do you remember about like your husband's spirit for the Giglio?
They really lifted, they had a lot of faith in the saint. They really did have faith. It was a tradition of the family. They really had a lot of faith in the saint. And it went from the fathers to the sons to the nephews, and this is how it went down to my boys. They actually all got up in there, under the jail, and carried it after the father passed away. And they did it for him. in his memory.
Yeah.
And they're still doing it.
How does that make you feel? I mean,
It makes me feel very proud of them. If they really want to do it, and they're doing something in the father's memory, and it's really it's a touchy thing for me, because I know how the father felt for this saint and for this day.
That's Kathy's.
It was he was very close to his brothers and his family. And when they got together on this day, it was a very touching day. But they had a lot of fun doing it too.
they had a lot of fun.
Oh,
Did
yeah.
they,
Together.
what they call it? What's this day all about? What was it for them? What do they call this day? What is this celebration all about? If you to tell.
You don't know the story of it? Oh, come on. Let me give you this.
What is this about? What do they call this feast?
It's all about the saint that the older people pray to the saint. He's really a saint to pray for the souls in purgatory and to watch over you. I think that's the biggest part of this. He's got a nice life story that's in the leaflet. I'll make you read it. Life story.
And how do you think? I mean, do you think that your generations, the generations down the line, I mean, your great-grandchildren will be with it? Do you have faith in that?
I didn't even think my children would do it. I didn't think it would come down the line, but it did. It did. So I have no idea what's to come or how long people will do it. I have no idea on what they're going to do. They're going to have to do it only if they want to do it. If they understand what it is, and then if they want to do it.
Could I ask you to name the names of your husband? My husband began it. Patty, could you just keep it down a little bit? The names of your husband and his brothers, and then your sons, and how it's being passed down.
It was my husband and his brothers. His brother was Willie, and he had a brother John, and a brother Ruby. I wasn't in the family yet, so I don't know who else carried it, but I know that Willie and Rocky, my husband, were always under there since I've known him. Every year, the two of them were under it. But there was also the brother Ruby's son that carried it. See, if the fathers didn't do it, and the sons grew up, they took over and they did it. They kept this tradition. And his brother Willie's son, Joseph, he also carried it when he was of age. And John, his son, also carried it, come to think of it. His name was Joseph. And he passed away. But he also carried it. It went into the nephews carried it. So then my children grew up, when they were of age, they did it. So now to say that their children will do it, hopefully, but I don't know. I can't say that they will.
You hope they will?
Our main goal is to make sure this day goes as smooth as possible, with no problems, and to give the people who come down to see this show their lives.
do it. But you can't, this is not something that you could put on to them and force them to go under. They gotta want to do it by themselves. And the way the children are raised into this, enjoying this feast day, they really do want to get under there when they hit that age. That's what I found with my children.
And did you ever watch your children lift and how you felt with them? How did it feel to watch them lift? And if you could just, my question's not part of it. So if you could talk, mention them, your children.
I can't explain the feeling because as much as I understood what it was, I feared for them being under this heavy structure. But I was very proud of them doing it. And I'm sure that their father would be even more proud. Keeping a tradition that was in his family so many years. That's it.
Thank you. God bless.
No more. You said you were back. Put it away.
I only got 4 minutes. I got 2 minutes left. I got 2 minutes left. Good. As a mother. Good.
You can't start from the beginning.
All right.
You're going to start from the beginning.
No. As a mother, what were you going to say? As a mother. Is the fear? What was it, the fear? What would you say?
I we didn't smell them and run over.
You want me to repeat it now?
Yeah.
What did I say?
You just said you used to even be afraid when your husband. Tell me about that.
It used to, well, this was not a tradition in my family, so I didn't know the tradition. And so when I first saw it, and it did scare the heck out of me. But I got the same feeling when my children were under it. And it frightens you as a mother to see them lift this heavy thing, this heavy structure. As a strain on them, no. But they're doing it as a sacrifice. And so that makes you feel a little better about it. It really takes the strain off you, thinking that they want to do it. That's all. Okay?
I can't wait till these two little guys get to carry the Jill. They're 18. This is Rocco and this is Michael. Say hi. Hi. You're okay, Dad.
All right. Wait. Go ahead. Tell me what you
I'm 6 and 7. I'll carry the heel with my cousin Michael, my best cousin.
Is that Monkey? Mike, when are you going to carry the Jill?
Look at me, Mike. Look at me. We're gonna put that on. It's up front. I've been married 7 years here.
Check them both on now.
But what I've seen in Julio is a tremendous togetherness and how that we can all pull together. We can do what seems to be impossible. The tremendous love a fellow man has expressed on Julio Sunday is unparalleled.
is truly a feast that feeds a neighborhood, its families, a congregation, and especially each lifter with a sense of purpose, honoring their ancestors, a sense of sacrifice for their faith, and finally a sense of joy and fulfillment which sends thrills and chills through the crowded Brooklyn streets. For if you look closely at the people's faces and each lifter's smiling, soulful eyes, there is no denying that they feel blessed with a sense of knowing that heaven touches Brooklyn in July.
Once they bring the Giglio out, it transforms the whole neighborhood. It transforms those people. It's magical.
I love it. That's the only word I can use. It's a love.
This is never stopping. Abercrombie Street, first 2 weeks of July, Our Lady of Mount Carmel Feast. Today, 80 years from today.
I've never stopped loving this, and I never will.